The game was abandoned, and tonight a Premier League footballer is fighting for his life in intensive care.
At this hour, we'll cross to Bolton, where fans await news of Fabrice Muamba's condition. We'll also have the very latest from the London hospital, where he's being treated.
First to Roger Clark. He was at White Hart Lane when the game was abandoned. And Roger, you were pitch side. Let's start at the very start. Just describe the events when this happened.
Yeah, the game was 41 minutes old. It was poised at 1-1, a very absorbing FA Cup quarter-final as well. That from nowhere, really, Fabrice Muamba went down in the middle of the pitch. There was no one anywhere near him, and straight away people could see that this was a very serious situation from the reaction of the players on the pitch and also on the bench. His manager, Owen Coyle, the Bolton manager, leapt from his seat and he was calling out, Fabrice has gone down, there's no one near him. Straight away he was calling for the medics to get out onto the pitch, and then once the treatment began, Owen Coyle actually went out. You don't see that very often, a manager going out, and just to see exactly what's going on, you could see the players on the pitch, the expressions on their faces. Well, the fans, initially, it was quite interesting to see the reaction of the fans. As soon as Fabrice Muamba went down, everyone in the stadium seemed to appreciate that this was an extremely serious situation, including the fans. Now, normally if a player goes down, there's often a bit of booing and jeering from the opposition fans. You didn't hear that this evening here at White Hart Lane. He went down perhaps because of the reaction from the players, perhaps because they saw the way Owen Coyle was getting so agitated on the touchline as well. They realised the situation, and the ground pretty much fell silent initially. And as the treatment went on, then a few Bolton fans, just cheering their support, started chanting Fabrice Muamba. A few Tottenham fans joined in as well, and that went on for a little bit as well. Again, as this treatment went on for around 10 minutes or so, and people started realising just how serious it was, the silence descended again. It was extremely eerie. And then as Fabrice Muamba was taken away, he was applauded off the pitch. Then the players were called away by Howard Webb. He blew his whistle and took them off, and then people just sat around in silence. People wanted to know what was going on, and information wasn't forthcoming, but we were waiting for that announcement that confirmed that the match had been abandoned. Initially we weren't sure if Howard Webb had blown and called the players in for half-time, but it soon became clear the match was abandoned. That was then confirmed over the tannoy. The fans were told that they were free to leave, and to leave by any available exit, and they did just that, but in absolute silence, offering up their best wishes for Fabrice Muamba as they went as well.
For now, Roger, thank you.
Well, Rhiannon Mills is at London Chest Hospital for us this evening, where Fabrice Muamba is being treated.
To start off with, it was fairly difficult to get hold of information, but we do know that Fabrice Muamba is now being treated here at the London Chest Hospital. In that statement that was released by Bolton Wanderers, they have confirmed that he is critically ill, currently being treated in intensive care. Now, in terms of what happened after he left the pitch, we obviously saw on the pitch a great deal of medical attention, that emergency resuscitation taking place, defibrillators being used. Whether he was then taken to an accident emergency hospital nearby before then being transferred here, we're not entirely sure. But to give you some detail about the kind of expertise that they have here, this is actually the 24-hour emergency unit where heart attack patients are brought to be treated, and they say that the fact that they are open 24 hours is often critical in saving lives and also preventing further heart attacks. Now, we have seen a number of representatives from Bolton Wanderers coming and going from the hospital, also from Tottenham as well. We've also heard from all of them this evening that there will be no further statements, but there's no doubt that many people will be watching and waiting for the latest updates.